Welcome to episode 9 of the Punk Rock Drummers podcast. How's it going, Christian?
I'm doing well. How are you, Matthew?
Man, I couldn't be better. We got a good one coming for you.
For me, that sounded like a threat.
For everybody.
You got
I'm
a good one
threatening
coming for
everybody.
me? Okay. This is a weird way to get into things, but whatever works.
How did that
Dave
sound
Raun.
threatening? Yeah, Dave Raun, man.
Dave
Lagwagon,
Raun.
RKL.
Lagwagon, RKL. Some
Mm-hmm.
little me first in the gimme gimmies for a while there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think other stuff too, right? What else did he do?
Probably lots of other things.
Yes, lots and lots of things. Really nice guy, great drummer. This was a big one for me, man. It was nice to ask some questions I've been wanting to know the answers to for quite some time.
Yeah, and our my cousin Tanner Lisa joined us as well. So it got a little off the rails and kind of silly for a while, but Christian's always there to kind of rein us back in and keep us on topic. So
Yeah,
I'm so
you
glad
know
he's
it's
here.
it's bad when I'm the one that reins everyone in.
I
We
know,
had
right?
we had a guest appearance from Little Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, a little surprise drop-in phone call that you'll have to stay tuned
Oh,
see
yes.
who that is, and yeah,
That was fun.
yeah, it'll be a good one. We're
I'm
gonna have
so
to
glad that happened. So stay tuned for that for sure.
excuse me. We're gonna have to turn that into a segment. That'll be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Any drummer
So,
news? Anything going on in the world?
oh, apparently, Josh Freeze. You hear this guy? I
Yeah.
was kidding.
What happened with that? I have not seen any explanation. I don't know anything other than he is gone.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe he'll get back with the Vandals again.
Yeah, that would be
I
great.
don't know. I don't know. It's funny. I shouldn't. I shouldn't even brought it up because I don't want to say I don't care, but like we got fucking Dave Ron on the show.
Yeah,
Let's not talk about Josh Freeze.
that's all I care about.
Drummer news. I'm not very good, but I like playing.
Same.
Wait, did you say drumming nude? Because I can get down to tax right now, dog. I'm
Some
already
people do
halfway
that.
there. I'm already halfway there from the waist down.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So we got Parkway Music, parkwaymusic.com for sponsoring me with this beautiful microphone.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They
Um,
hooked you right up.
yeah, dude. Sleeve washers, put them on your drums, tune them nice. You know what I just realized today about my sleeve washers, Matt, is this is not scripted at all. I am not reading this from a piece of paper. No, I'm not. I was playing along to some more simple music, and usually when I do that, I tune my drums lower to kind of fill up more space. And
Mm-hmm.
these things, dude, are like literally on the last thread of the tension rod, and they're still holding, and they didn't detune. So that is another reason why I love them.
Yeah, man. I have not used mine yet, but I plan to take all my heads off, replace them. It's time. It's been
Do
a
it.
few years.
Do it.
and
Do it.
uh and I'm gonna slap those on. I've got 2 bags of those sleeve washers from Rhino. Thank you, Rhino. And I want to thank Dan Cano. I think it's Cano. But I was in Florida last week and I played a couple shows Down by Law, and he hooked me up with a drum kit. It was really nice. It was in tune. It sounded so good. He made sure I had everything. And he owns Clearwater Drum Rental. It's in Clearwater, Florida. So if you're in Florida, hit him up, hit Dan up at Clearwater Drum Rental. They have an Instagram, no website yet. So at Clearwater Drum Rental. They were amazing. He's got like 1 million drums in his room. I couldn't believe it. So if you need anything, contact them and they will hook you up. So, are you ready to do this thing?
Ow. Yeah,
Okay.
dude, let's go.
That looked like it hurt a little bit.
No, I'm totally great. Cut
All right, episode 9 with Mr. Dave Ron.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, Dave.
We can't hear you.
Hey,
Nope. I can hear something.
you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Awesome. How's it going?
Well, good. How are you?
Tired.
Yeah.
Can you see
Yeah.
all of us?
I got all these. Oh, you can't see it. It's all blurry.
Oh,
But
what
I
the
got
hell?
these other turkeys. Here's Joe.
Hey, you son of a.
What's up, Joe?
How's it going?
About to do the interview for me.
Yeah, so what do you guys think about drums? I brought drums. I got you right here.
Yeah.
Am I doing
It looks right to me.
it
Fucking it looks really cool.
It's milky. It's,
No.
it's real milky behind you.
I know it is a little milky.
Like it
Oh
hurts my
shit.
eyes.
I
It
don't
makes
know
you,
why. Why
it
is
makes,
that?
It kind of makes you look like you're wearing a bald cap.
I am
oh,
too.
it does.
I'll work on that.
It really does. How was practice?
It was pretty good. It was shaking off some rust, but we got through it. We got through it together.
So it's Lagwagon practice.
Yeah. But same difference. Just
Yeah.
missing couple guys.
Yeah.
We'd have a different practice.
And then
Nice.
half the speed.
Let's
Do
see.
you, do you guys play a different set every time, or is it just kind of what you feel
Uh,
works the best?
for Lagwagon?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing a set we're kind of going through some songs for the punk in the park, and then a bunch of other songs for Japan. So we're kind of getting the most. We're kind of squeezing the most out of this practice since we go to Japan on the 11th, I think.
Cool.
Yeah, I
So
hear Japan's pretty rad.
yeah, I love it. I love Japan. It's fucking super fun.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll get there someday. We'll see.
You will. You will. I'm trying to look at I'm trying to figure out change my background here. Sorry, I'm not super savvy, so I'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's about like me.
Yeah, Tanner and I were doing a lot of troubleshooting before we started, and I was having internet issues, and we like literally got them resolved like right now. So
Oh, that's
it, it
good.
it came down to the wire pretty much.
I'm like,
Yeah,
where are you sending this? Because I'm not seeing any. I asked Joe. I'm like, I should be getting like an invite to this thing, right? I mean, I've done
Dude,
it.
I don't
I've
know
done a
what's wrong with
couple of
me.
these, and I'm kind of know that much.
I forgot to put the 70 in there, so
It was
That's
Matt's fault.
it was my fault. Sorry about that.
it usually is. Yo, can you guys hear? I have the humidifier running. Can you hear that? Or
A little bit.
yeah, let me turn it off quick.
I don't hear anything. I've
I
got
can't.
Tanner set up in my studio. He's literally directly across from me.
I can't hear shit because I'm deaf. So,
Do you wear earplugs when you play?
yeah,
Uh,
a little late for that, but yeah,
See, I don't, and my left ear is really like sensitive, and my right
yeah,
ear is dull because when I play, I tend to look to the left. I don't
yeah,
know if you do that. I can't remember if you do that watching you, but my right ear is like getting the brunt of everything, and then my left
yeah,
ear is like over here.
yeah.
So if people clap near me, it's like I have to move.
Well, yeah, your left ear would get for years because usually the the drum monitor would be on your left. So yeah, for years it'd be a lot of that on your left side. Um, so you would definitely lose hearing in that ear first.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I don't have one when I practice, so I mean, I have like maybe like a little floor monitor, but nothing crazy.
Yeah,
So, but those cymbals, man, those cymbals, I guess that frequency just really,
I
and
can't
maybe
handle
the
that anymore.
snare frequency,
Yeah, snare for
No.
sure.
because
I
Tanner would
can't
always
handle
complain about my
the high
cymbals.
frequencies. It kills me. I can't. I got to put plugs in or something, and I wear in ears when I play.
Mm,
So I can't take all the shit anymore. It's weird because you'd think that I couldn't hear all that, and I probably can't. But there's something about it that fucking I just can't take it.
yeah, for
Certainly
sure.
don't want to hear a fucking snare drum without earplugs in it.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah. So this podcast is kind of, geared towards drummers, obviously, but we, you know, I haven't heard anything kind of asking how the drummers write songs or from their perspective, how they approach a song. if they're told what to write, if they have free reign, all those kinds of things.
Mhm.
I've never really heard one like that. So I was like, I want to make one like that. And so that's the kind of questions, and maybe how you play a certain fill, or how you came up with that. That's what we focus on in this podcast.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. We never get any credit, right?
Nope. Nope. We
Yeah.
sit back. We
'Cause-
sit down and no one gives a shit.
We
If I have
write
anything to
we
do
write
with it,
songs.
you do. If I have anything to do with it, you don't.
Get out of here.
I know, right?
Yeah,
I
so
probably move rooms.
we can
Stay
get
in there, Joe.
down to some hard questions. I think Christian's probably got some really good questions. He's always well prepared.
No.
Right, Christian?
I don't know what you're talking about. Did we get into it right away, or
Hey.
Well, hey, let's hold on. So I'm normally not on this podcast. I only was on this because you're my friend and I wanted to be in here during this chat. So normally it's them two, and that's Christian and Matt. And Matt's my cousin.
Yeah,
I just wanted
didn't
to
realize that until Tanner said that. He's like, oh, my cousin Matt. I'm like, wait, he's your cousin? Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I used to steal his pacifier,
Yep.
and that was like a year
Used
ago.
to.
Still does.
used to?
yeah, got fucking beer in it now.
Meth.
Meth.
Just kidding.
But yeah. So Tanner Leeser, for those who aren't watching on YouTube, that's who is joining
Yeah,
us
because
today.
people aren't gonna know who I am. I'm a bass player, and I've played with Matt for over 30 years.
God damn.
No,
hmm
Tanner just keeps sending me this.
Dude, even that's blurry in the background.
That's Joe. That's little Joe right there. He's working out.
I know.
That was me earlier today when I was working out.
It's over him at Everything Fitness or whatever.
I couldn't stop.
And then he pulls out his switchblades.
And
I know.
it was funny because I was really just hoping Joe was seeing it, like me send it to you.
Yeah, Joe's like a
Just
special guest.
We just did. Well, what's really funny though is that's actually the character for when Joe calls me. That's what shows up. So,
You just
like,
showed everyone Joe's phone number. That's great.
Oh, shit. That'll have to be blurred.
Hey,
I'll
I'll edit
text you
that
later,
out.
Joe.
He's not super thrilled about it, but what are you gonna do?
No, honestly, dude, it was what was the term we were saying? Milky.
Yeah, the milkiness of the
Don't worry, you got
background
milky
blurred
numbers,
out.
buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Every
like
time.
Yeah, we got to fix that.
yeah, because he'll talk with his hand up and his hand is blurry.
Oh shit!
I'm pretty
It's like
sure
he's
that's
in
not
Back
a-
to the Future
It's not a
disappearing.
hand, is it?
How do you do that? Wait for it.
I think you go
So
down
there's a button in there
to
that says Milky.
yeah. Dude, we're a bunch of old guys trying to figure out Zoom.
Yo, this is basically exactly it.
I think most people have tuned out already. Oh, like at this point,
Oh man.
future listeners.
Let's find out. Let's get down to the nitty
Let's
gritty.
do it.
Yeah,
I feel like Christian will probably have the best questions.
you're still milky.
I know.
You're a milky nighthawk.
I'm not even trying anymore to figure that out.
Good old Milky Dave. All right. So I want to talk about drums themselves for a minute.
Yeah.
And sort of how the setup has progressed over the years from like the first time around with RKL and then the Lagwagon and then back to RKL again. And then sizes of drums. Let's start with the first RKL setup.
Oh,
Good.
Well, kind of had. I think I had at the time. I had like two toms up top and a floor tom, and I think I had a double pedal.
I was about to say that.
It was an old Sonar kit a Sonar light kit that I'd had previous, and so that was a kit, and then slowly changed it to drop a tom, and got rid of the pedal. Well, I played the double pedal, but only because I was adding double kick parts, but not. It wasn't that I was cheating on the double, the beat thing, the double.
It was like just fill
Then I
stuff.
would use it for fills, and then I put Riches to Rags had some double kick shit. And then I'm doing right now, I'm doing workaround shit for that. Like I'm just using one pedal. So I'm sort of working around the parts that had that on the Riches Reich stuff. Um,
Hmm.
and now it's just basically it's been basically, one tom up, floor tom, a simple, super simple kit for RKL. It's just, one tom, one floor. I'm playing like a 13, 18, and then a 26-inch, 26, 18, 26, 14 kick. That's kind of my standard shit now is from 24 up to a 26, 14, and then 13, and then with Lagwagon it's like a 13, 16, 18, in little tiny Tom and fucking China over here, and then RKL the China goes over here, and it's just two cymbals, ride China, just simple and whatever.
When did you excuse me, is the 26 been a staple for a while now?
Yeah, I've been playing 26 for some years now. Probably about six years, I think. And I got two kits. I bought a kit. I got another one actually right after a year or so after I got my main one, and then I bought another one with like a 14 rack and a 16 and 18, but the same 26 14. And I was going to use that for the gimmies, and I did for like one Christmas show, and that was that for that band, and then that kit kind of kicks it. And I don't know what to do with it. I don't know if I'm going to ship it to Europe or if I'm going to sell it or what. But
I'll give you my address. Just
yeah, yeah,
send it this way.
it's fucking rad. It's a collector's series. It was my other kit is a jazz series, and that one was supposed to be a jazz series, but they fucked up, and it's a collector's, but it sounds great. It's awesome. And I did this whole staggering, like I used satin and nickel hardware. I did this whole fucking ridiculousness where I got nickel and satin hardware every other, and the fucking legs, and I did just a bunch of stupid shit. I don't really know why. And like now I'm like, why the fuck did I do all that? And I just like I want to either get rid of this kit and get another kit, um, and just start over, get rid of that bad juju.
Dude, that was what was nuts about like back when a lot of us started playing. I remember my first kit was a 70s or 60s citrus mod, and I remember just being like, "Fuck this thing!" And just you saying that you started out on a sonar, like, dude, that thing's got to be worth a shit ton of money now. Like,
Well,
it's weird how we sort of discounted all that stuff at the time, but now, poof.
yeah, it was a great kit. I mean, I bought that thing from Gelb Music in Redwood City in fuck 1989 or 90, 89 maybe even 88. I don't even remember, but and I had it for stuff I was doing, and then I had it when I got into the RKL band. Funny thing is, I traded it to a guy to finish my floors in my flat in San Francisco. My buddy Even he was starting to play drums, and I go, hey man, will you come and do this for me? And what do you want to what you charge me? He goes, trade me that Stoner drum set. And I'm like, okay, and I'm like, here, you have that kit if you sand and finish and uh, fucking do the whole floor for me. And that's where that went. I don't know. And so I kind of wish I knew where it was again because that kit sounded fucking kill. It was like some bird's eye maple shit and fucking super heavy duty Stoner hardware and
Yeah.
Did you
sounded
play? Did you play that on Riches to Rags?
uh, probably actually probably
Interesting.
yeah I probably did because shit I played that fucking kit right up until I was in Lagwagon, and then I got on Pork Pie. Byron, we did a first Warp Tour, and then I met Byron from Pennywise, and he's like, "Oh, we're doing this thing, and I'm with this company, and I want to get you on there." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then I went down there and met Bill Deedamore, and went there and got a Pork Pie kit, and then so after that, that kit was sort of kicking around, and then my buddy wanted me to trade for it. That's what it was because I had a kit, the Pork Pie.
What era was the mismatched Tom pork pie? Yeah, the one,
Oh,
it was like a red rack and then the rest of the kit was
yeah,
black.
that weird jelly beanie kind of thing. Uh, that was literally actually I know exactly when that was because when I was filling in for Good Riddance, I got that kit in 2000 and I used it for the very first time. I got brand new cases and I was doing a Warp Tour. And it's when I met Rhino. Oh, well, I didn't meet Rhino then. I had known him from his old, we played shows with his old band,
Latchkey Kids.
Latchkey Kids. But we kind of renewed on the Warp Tour and I was doing gigs. And so I had my cases and they were getting hauled around in the truck for Warp Tour. And they would come out and be wherever. And I was, I wouldn't even know what stage I was on. And we would get like really early slots with Good Riddance. It was fucking sucked. Um, sucked. It was kind of mean of, Lyman, but, um, and then Rhino he would pull my drums out of the cases and he would fucking set them up and tune them for me. And I would show up. I was partying a little bit, and so I would show up right before I fucking had to play it, and I didn't even know what stage I was on. And Rhino was such a bro. I'd have been my ship would have been sunk if he wasn't helping me out like that. Because I would show up and I'd be fucking hungover, and I'd be like, "Where the fuck am I?" And then my kit would be all ready, and I'd be like, "Oh, you're a fucking savior," you know.
Well, he was telling us he used to at Warped Tour he would like sneak around and like phantom tune people's kits behind the scene. Like he'd go into their
Yeah.
tent and tune their drums for them.
Oh,
Like,
he was on everyone's shit. Yeah. He was tuning up he was backstage like having his way with everyone's drum set.
Dude, he came to mine and Tanner's show, our band 41 Gorgeous Blocks in Houston, and he tuned my drums. He just took them and started tuning them. I was like, all right.
I don't think he can help himself.
He can't.
He
He
tuned
can't.
my bass.
Does it? And and God love him for that.
He's amazing. We interviewed
So
him.
thankful for Rhino.
He is
So,
amazing.
yeah, no, he's awesome.
The best stories.
Yeah, no,
some of them were about you. They were not good. I wouldn't watch I wouldn't watch the interview. All right, so I got nerd a little bit further back here. What was the first like? What was your? I know it's such a fucking generic question, but do you remember the first kit that you got that you learned on?
Oh,
And like
well,
around how old were you when you started?
I never got I didn't get a kit all at once. So when I started, like, I got a snare drum. My parents bought me like a Ludwig snare drum, and I was in band, and then uh, I had to save up my paper route money and buy like a kick pedal. So then I would set up and I'd sit on like a thing with my pedal up against our couch. And then Christmas, I got a hi-hat. Like I got everything at different times. I never had it. And then Joe and I started literally playing together. He'd steal his brother's guitar and amp on a skateboard. We'd roll. It would come from his house a couple blocks away, and I'd have like my Ludwig kick drum that I bought for $125 from Gelb Music with my money I saved up. And then I had, so I had something from my kick pedal, and then I had like one cymbal and a hi-hat and a snare. And I had a Lincoln Log tube that I taped up to my cymbal stand or something so I could hit the bottom of the tin bottom of it. And me and Joe would make songs. That's how far back that goes. Like we were
That's
just
cool.
taking he would come up with these like tasty little riffs, and we would just vamp the shit out of those things, at my parents' house. And it was awesome. We got caught by his brother red-handed too. We came around the corner and his brother was coming up in his truck, and we were just like, oh fuck. We were so fucking busted. But it was awesome.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Me and Matt used to, well, before we had instruments, Matt would have two glue sticks and play on his leg, and I'd play a keyboard or something.
Fuck yeah.
But then Matt ate the glue sticks. And
Yeah,
here we are.
I know. I did too. I'd play on my leg and before I got a drum kit. And so when I got a drum kit, I kind of knew what to do already. I played on my leg still.
Your leg was like leather.
I tapped on everything, and I never even wanted to play drums. I wanted to play guitar. I loved Ace Frehley and all that shit. I used to have tennis rackets with shoelaces, and I was just fucking air guitaring all the time. I just happened to go into middle school, and a guy that was older, he was in a band, and I had already tried playing viola, and that didn't work out at all. And then I just wanted to be hanging out with someone, so I went in and I just started playing drums, and it just sort of it's weird because it was like made most sense. I'd already tapped. I had a little drum when I was a little kid, and I tapped on everything. So I rocked myself to sleep all the time, and it just like so. It seemed like that was obviously more natural because these fucking fat fingers just don't like playing fucking on a
Yeah.
guitar.
Well, I
Yeah,
think it shows
me
too,
too.
like the sort of I don't know if commitment's the right word to the instrument, but I think the fact that you just had that one drum, and then instead of getting bored with it and just moving on to another thing, like you were in it enough. Like I feel like even though you wanted to play guitar, it seems like drums grabbed you pretty quickly, and enough to piece that stuff together over what, like a year or two.
Yeah, I mean, once I started playing, then because all my lessons, were basically based around snares. You were doing this whatever it was, your rudiment shit, and books like syncopation and just all that one drum shit because that's what we were doing in band for all the different recitals. So a snare drum came first, and then and then I slowly just my parents weren't like gonna buy me a whole drum set. I had to work for it. I had to they would get me stuff, but I also had to have my paper route, and I had to save money and be a part of that, which was great. So super excited. So when I had like enough to actually play a fucking beat, I was stoked. Actually, before I ever went into middle school, the summer before, there was a neighbor called, his name is Aaron Yamaguchi, and he had a fucking CB700. He taught me my first 4/4 beat in his living room. And then he told me, go home and listen to the radio or listen to whatever. And he goes, basically, if you can play that beat, you can play most things that you can, most popular music that you'll be able to like figure it out. It's a variation of that in one way or another. And he's
Yeah.
totally fucking right. And it was just like four on the floor, just doing that. And then I got into AC/DC. I was into Kiss, but I got into AC/DC, and that was fucking it. Phil Rudd all day long. What a
Who was
monster.
a sonar player.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
weirdly. But it wasn't him at the time. It was about, funny enough, another Bay Area band, Journey, but Steve Smith, because at the time he's a sonar player and he was playing Sonar Light. And I saw this kit and I was like, oh shit, it was gunmetal gray. It was fucking sick. And I was like, and I saved up my money and I bought that was my first kit I bought because I had been working construction and I bought that kit straight away, and I was just all fuck yeah, it had a 10-inch, a 12-inch, a 13, and then like a 20, 22. Like they had weird sizes, like 22/17 instead of an 18, and then like a 14 and a 16. It was a big bunch of fucking drums.
those are so
But
much fun because you can just pick whatever sizes you want and like make
absolutely.
little kits
yeah,
out of
mix
them.
and match.
It was my first full kit too. It's like because everything before that was a hodgepodge. Eventually, I had a double kick with like concert toms and Tama fucking Imperial Stars, and then more Ludwig concert toms. I mean, my kit looked like was like my Neil Peart type of setup with a ton of cymbals and shit like that. So
I
yeah,
I think it's really cool because I feel a little bit better now after hearing your story because I do give drum lessons to kids, and that's what we play. We play that simple 4/4 beat, and I'm not really worried about rudiments and stuff. And
yeah,
looking at you, that was your story. You learned how to play that beat, and now look at you. And so I don't stress out about teaching them that stuff, maybe quite yet. Learn to play that. That's what I tell them. You can play anything.
yeah. I mean, a good grip
Sure.
is important, like fundamentals for
Hmm.
sure. Like, and I went back, I took lessons with Dave Elitch to work on my posture and my stick grip because I felt like I was getting older and I couldn't really muscle it anymore. I wanted to like work smarter, not harder. So and I think going into, I mean, I'm gonna be fucking Jesus, I'm gonna be 55 this year. I think I'm playing better than I ever have, and it's a lot more effortless. And I didn't do everything I was supposed to for Dave, but I got something out. I'm constantly working on the posture, and I'm always trying to make sure my grip is sort of happening. But it was a big deal, and it changed it. It made, I would tend to get tight in the forearms and the typical thing. And obviously, as you get older, you got to stretch even more. But it's like I barely hold the fucking sticks, and they tend to fly. It's because I'm barely holding them. I mean, I want to be able to do shit on the fly.
Yeah, I've been trying to hold mine and keep this
Yeah, the
space
fulcrum.
right there, which is you
That's the
fly
thing.
doing it too.
Yeah, you got to keep.
We can't see your blurry little
I
fucking
know.
penguin hand
You
there,
got to
buddy.
keep it open and loose right here. This is where you don't want to tighten up.
Yeah, I literally hold a stick with this like this, and it just bounces
Yeah,
like in my hand. Is that what you're talking about?
basically, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
you don't want to be tight.
yeah, yeah. That's helped me so much because
I know.
I used to grip it tight too, and I'd get really bad cramps, and then I learned how to hold it like that, and it kind of
Yeah,
resolved all that.
because
I'm
you
sure
can
you
go,
saw me looking around on the
from.
floor there. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, you can go from wrist to fingers. You can go back and forth without it being an issue. Because it's just. I mean, you don't want to do anything that kind of tightens you up like that. It certainly restricts you. So
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
kind of been placing everything at like making sure that my rack tom is at a spot where I don't have to like that's the killer is lifting your
yeah,
shoulders to hit stuff. I've actually been playing
yeah,
if I have longer sessions I play with this. So it's a shoulder brace, but I don't put it on tight enough to pull my shoulders back, but it's enough to when I start slouching my posture, it's like my
yeah.
reminder. But yeah, you're right, dude. I mean the posture and setting things up ergonomically, you're right. It's
Ergonomic.
tougher over time to muscle through things. And
Yeah,
I think we all have like this aesthetic in mind of our kit. And I finally got mine set up to where it's comfortable. And I looked at it from the front. I'm like, that's so fucking gross, but it works, you know?
yeah. I mean, after a while, you go, well, I want to have it set up where it makes sense, not just because it looks cool. But
Yep.
although I did jump to a 26 because it makes me look smaller.
Well, that was
That's
what I was going to ask, dude. Is I always thought
And John Bonham, who's my ultimate probably. So
it was always so hard to tell if you're sitting super low or if you're just, I'm like, if that's a 22 or a 24, you're on the ground.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like Indian style. But
There's a lot of great players that play low, but you're not. I mean, I just like to sit slightly higher than level, like 90 degrees knees kind of thing, like just a little bit more, and then the snare sort of at my belly button or something. But the posture is a work in progress all the fucking time because I always end up going forward or sort of slouching, because I'm kind of a fucked up back anyway. So I always got to stand myself straight and sort of just relax your shoulders. Otherwise you end up tensing up too. So you kind of got to always remind yourself, even in the gig, it's like, okay, kind of like, what am I doing? Oh, back. Because if I start fucking up hits and having missed hits, I'm probably out of where I should be. So my hands are not where they should be. And that's a pretty good sign. Like if you're doing something fucked up, you're like, well, you need to back the fuck up, stupid.
what are your stretching rituals before a show? Is that what you stretch, or do you do like weights or anything like that?
Uh, I mean, I usually like to stretch all the time throughout the day, just sort of this and with the sticks, turn them like this and do this business, and then just play on a pad, nice and easy, and kind of go through and just keep everything sort of loose um, but yeah, just like to stretch all the time because I kind of gotta, you know even if I'm cruising around, like I just sort of just try to kind of keep everything stretched out because it's gonna get tight because I'm old.
Yeah, but the kind of music you're playing is just so explosive and fast and
Yeah,
intricate too at the same time. And it's like you're balancing all of that at once, and you have to be so loose to be able to do that. I mean, I've seen you play several times, and it just blows my mind how fast you can do those rolls and get around the kit, and then come back out of it back into
yeah,
halftime or
You
something.
should
And
see him play RKL.
I've seen videos,
I don't know
haven't seen
how
them
you
live.
do it,
well, that's the one I was like starting to question that decision.
man.
Like, wait a second, I was like 22, 23 when I played this shit
I was
before.
feeling bad for you, but hey, man, that's
They don't feel
good
bad.
for
I
you.
made that decision.
Good for you anyway.
I'm glad. I love playing it.
Dude, it's so awesome.
It's kind of cool to know I can still do it at
Yeah.
this stage because it's fun as fuck to play, and when it's on, it's on. I mean, when it starts to get fucking goofy, it's tough.
Like
But
the shreds, like
huh?
the shreds like the shreds videos.
Oh yeah, yeah, it can get a fucking nightmare. But I try to hopefully not go that far. So
Yeah, those Shred Studios are awesome. Have you sent those to him before?
I
I'm
think
sure you've
oh,
seen them.
we've
they're
talked
great.
about it.
Yeah.
I
I've
love
always wanted to recreate one of those on drums, like learn it. I think I know the Kiss Shreds one pretty well by now,
yeah.
or the
You know
Santana one.
the ones that are funny are the Lars Ulrich ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They put Lars in all the different songs, and then he's just doing all that crazy Lars shit.
Yeah,
Shit that
everyone
doesn't
clowns
make
on him.
it's fucking
Oh,
That's funny.
I've already held back like 4 Lars comments. I'm trying to be a nicer person. It's fucking hard. So if we're not straying too far too quickly, what's the from when you joined Lagwagon until now, how has the songwriting process changed? I mean, I'm assuming you guys are probably all spread out a little further than you used to be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Joey, comes up. He writes a lot of stuff. Joe writes a lot of stuff. Chris writes stuff. So, I mean, when we decide that that's what we're doing, we might get some stuff from Caper that's his rough ideas or a little beyond rough, but and then we come together usually at my house because I usually have, the place that we rehearse. And then we start banging it out and everybody, we start figuring out what we're doing and um, how it's going to come together and, over and over. And I got like a studio, a Pro Tools, a whole situation. So we'll start demoing. We demoed everything at my house, whether it was here or in Fresno. So yeah, we just start banging them out, demoing, changing, you know, just fucking, just grinding on
Has it
those
been
things.
that way right from the beginning, pretty much? That Joey kind of comes up. Has it been that way
Yeah,
right from the
yeah.
start? Yeah.
It's always been like that. I mean, you know, well, in the beginning it was basically Caper, Sean Dewey, Derek, and then yeah. So now it's basically Caper, Little Joe, and Chris Rest. So
Nice.
that's how that goes down.
Is that coming up with new songs or is that just practicing older songs?
Um, well, that's new songs. I mean,
Okay.
Like you'll
we play.
demo
I
them and
mean,
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I
Okay,
mean,
I got you. I got you.
we rehearse at my house, but old songs we just go through
Mhm.
Yeah.
and
Sorry. I forgot the very
try to
beginning of
redo.
Christian's question. I got
Okay.
sidetracked.
Dude, just real quick, I got a little cough in my when I mute my channel, you can't hear that, right?
No.
No.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm not leaning into the microphone and coughing even louder than I was before. So, anyways,
I've always been interested in that little tom you have up to the left.
Yeah.
Do you only play that in Lagwagon or is that an RKL thing too?
That's just Lagwagon.
Okay.
It really just came in for fun. I just wanted to have a like, have that option for fills. And then some of it ended up on the Railer album, I think. But I think I'd already been throwing it in for fills live. Not that anything had that. I just kind of do it to have fun back there. So, and then I moved the China over there because it had been over here and I was over that and I wanted to move it over here. And so, um, and then so it kind of makes me do things differently, That's
Yeah.
kind of why I did all that.
Is that like a concert tom? Is there a bottom head on it? I can't remember.
No, it's just a concert. It's just
Okay.
like a 8-inch concert tom.
I thought I
So,
heard it on Double Platinum on a song that One Thing to
oh,
Live. I think you do
yeah.
a fill.
Well,
You do a couple fills. And I think you use that.
no, actually, so yeah, in the beginning of Lagwagon, I did have two toms up, and I also what's in that is there's a tuned up a 12 or 13-inch snare drum that's I use as a timbali. So I do this roll and it's over here and I got to go. So I kind of do this whole thing. And that came about because while we were doing that album, I was watching, I had this video cassette when Neil Peart decided to change his hand grip to traditional. He did the Eddie Gruber style or whatever it was. So while I was in Motor Studio, I was watching that video. I was getting all into this fucking I don't and then just I'm just all about Neil Peart too. And so when we had some songs, I mixed in some crazy fills that would have been like kind of a sort of my version of a Rush fill, and so that had that, and yeah, I had two toms actually up, and then a floor tom, so it was a pretty good fill, but I had to get over here, then over here, then over here, so it was kind of weird doing it.
Yeah, it kind of cut through. There's a lot of low end on that album, and it really kind of brightened up the drums, I thought,
Yeah, that was a
whenever that
weird,
would pop in.
that was a weird production.
Yeah, double platinum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of dark and
Yeah.
kind of thick, and
A lot of fuzz faces. Everyone
Yeah.
was in fuzz faces at that time.
yeah,
Little
Jimmy's
milky.
albums too.
the drums seemed a little like more compressed, I think,
Oh yeah.
than later albums. They're more bright later. They have more breathing room. But that's what I was saying that if that's what you did, or you said that timbali, when you used it, it kind of brightened up those fills.
Yeah. And that's the kind of the point is like you get something like something that cuts, you know?
Hmm.
It's kind of fun, obviously, if you listen to music that's got a high tom that's all, blah, 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 the high to low thing, and it's kind of cool. So it's just for shits and giggles, really, most of the time. And then I mix it in live, whether anyone likes it or not. It's all over the fucking place. I can't help myself.
Well, dude, I just went and teched in the studio for a buddy of mine who plays in like a hardcore band, local Spirit Killer, and the bass player plays a lot of chords, and he's a fucking phenomenal. He's started young, like, playing jazz and stuff, but I heavily encouraged him. He actually went out and bought a 10-inch and a 14 because I'm like, dude, like you're playing these crazy fills, you're starting them on the snare, and then they just disappear because the bass is taking up so much low end. I think that's like something that a lot of people don't utilize is either higher tuning or smaller drums. Like
Yeah.
they cut through the mix quite a bit, and that wasn't until later for me when listening to Stuart Copeland talk about that,
Fuck yeah,
tuning
Stuart,
stuff up.
another one. I love Stuart Copeland, and yeah, his toms were fucking cranked. His snare
Mhm.
was cranked, his toms were cranked, but it cuts.
Still fun. That's actually I know I point this out every other episode, but that's his signature, the drum head.
Stuart,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's fucking killer. And then I got my Rototoms back there, which essentially are just a shelf.
yeah.
I really got to get those back out. But
My
while we're
my
oh,
first
wow.
the double bass kit, I had concert toms and rototoms, and it was fucking stupid. It was so insane.
This is funny how you early on, like you start with so much more than you need, and then you kind of just figure out what needs to go. And
Yeah.
most of us end up with 4 drums or maybe that second floor tom that just is another thing to hold shit that you're not playing.
Yeah, you start doing gigs and you realize, fuck all this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
More
most gigs
stuff.
you're in a little
Playing
corner,
a 4-piece.
Yeah.
Playing a 4-piece kit.
Yep.
and if you don't have help, if you don't have a drum tech or anything like that, you have to deal with it.
No.
Dude, that longest running band that I was in, being a drummer, but I was a singer. Like I feel like our drummer was super lucky because I couldn't just let him suffer through it alone. So I always help him carry his shit out. But before we get off too far, double platinum, I'm glad you brought that up. Dude, that kick fill on Choke, I always thought was such an interesting decision to not. I mean, you could have done a million things right there, but just those pop, 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 pop. That was the kick, yeah.
Yeah, that was a kick. That was actually me. That song already existed. That was a Derek thing. I didn't come up with that. That was from there. And I think you can hear that in the box set or later.
Yeah, I have the vinyl that had the demo versions on it.
Yeah, that was Derek. I'm pretty sure that was Derek just at that break. It's all so yeah, I didn't have anything. I just copied it basically.
Single foot.
Yeah.
Nice. But
That's
that's what's
so hard to
crazy too,
replicate.
is even back then, like the idea of going that quick with 1 foot was kind of nuts. Like it wasn't as common as you hear it
Right.
now.
No, and there was a lot of copying. So like the like in Sick and like a lot of Jawbreaker was kind of a big influence, and it wasn't that they were doing a fast single kick, but a lot of stuff on like Haas was influenced from some Jawbreaker stuff and like Sick, like da 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 da, like the thing where you kind of go on the crash and you sort of do the da 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 da. We do that later on some other albums too, but it's just like single kick kind of do 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 do, um, and it just became sort of a thing. It was like a Jawbreaker thing, just that kind of fucking bashing it out.
Well, it's cool that you heard it and it sounded good to you and you just kept it
I
the
mean,
way it was.
it was cool because it was so weird. It was like everything stopped except the kick. It's kind of cool.
It's different.
Yeah,
Different.
yeah, those are really hard to do because I see people do those a lot playing flat-footed, maybe playing like jazz or maybe some like fusion or something. But like when you're really digging in and playing like punk rock, like loud punk rock, and do you play on your toes?
Yeah, yeah. I'm heel
Yeah.
up.
And I don't know if that makes it harder because like having to dig in and do those, versus
Yeah.
playing lightly and doing it flat-footed, I can't do it that fast.
I mean, eventually you just have to be light. You just got to be lighter on it. I mean,
Yeah.
not lighter on it, but it just eventually happens. I mean,
Hmm.
obviously, you do enough of something, you just get a little faster or a little whatever. So it certainly didn't start that way.
Well, pedals have come a long way themselves too,
Yeah.
the kick pedals. What are you playing now for kick pedals?
DW 9000s from 5000s, but 9000s fucking awesome. I love it.
I just bought one on Thursday.
You what?
I just bought a 9,000 on Thursday.
Oh yeah, fucking
Dude, that
great.
thing's beefy.
Oh, I love it. It feels so good.
It
Since the day
does.
I first played one, I just thought it felt great. You know,
Yeah. I was like,
Smooth.
Tanner, check this out.
Fuck yeah.
I'm a bit of
Dude.
I'm a Tama girl. Sorry. I,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I picked up a Dynasync not too long ago, so it's like a direct drive, but it still has like a bit more of a chain feel to it. I
Oh,
just like the
yeah.
longboard, so like I'll do that fill in choke, like doing heel toe on it,
Yeah.
which is I mean the footboard in this thing's probably like over a foot, which is nice. You can get some cool leverage on it. But no, I'm not trying to talk you out. I know you probably got to deal with DW. So, but I'm just saying, no one is going to see behind your kit if you were to try. So.
Been
That is
playing.
true.
I've been playing DW pedals for like 40 fucking years.
I
I've
think a lot of
played
people stick with it, right? Like
played
my
them since they were, I mean, since they're tiny little single chain, and I got one forever ago, and I loved it. And I mean, it was a Roger pedal before that, and I went through a ton of pedals, Pearls, Tamas, and once I played DW, I mean, DW hardware. I mean, I was endorsed by DW, just the hardware and pedals before I got, the a drumming thing with them. Thanks to Brooks Wackerman, who fucking helped me get in the door on that one too. What a bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. That,
I have a question for you on since I'm a bass player, so I like to hear bass drum. So what are your influences on the fast double kick? Who are you influenced by with that fast double kick beat?
I mean, Bomber would have been the only one because he was basically the originator of it.
Yeah.
Of what Smelly took and perfected.
Yeah, that's how I feel
But
too.
but Smelly only perfected one portion of like Bomber. Bomber doesn't even really do that as much.
Yeah.
He's got so much other shit, but that fast thing is what Smelly grabbed, and no effects because obviously Mike's a big fan of the band. But he took and fucking like his foot's like a sample.
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
Smelly, no one's got a foot like Smelly.
Yeah.
It's fucking, it's
And
insane how
also,
perfect.
the way I see it too is that beat, in my opinion, was around a while, but I think the first time it was ever like really polished was like on those like no effects like Smelly polished it with he had a good production behind it. Like on
Yeah,
Punk and Drub, like it was like the first real good production with that beat and it just like changed stuff.
yeah. And Derek with Lagwagon.
Oh, so good.
Derek was a huge Bomber RKL fan. Like he was a big, one of the part of that whole because he's from Santa Barbara as well.
Yeah.
So
You can tell for
Bomber was
sure.
kind of the jam. So, but yes, Smelly perfected it. No one is as good at that as Smelly. It was just perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny to hear how like how often that has come up a couple times now where like most of us were more inspired by other drummers that were within a few years of us than they were by like these big huge stars. Like past a certain age you're going to spend more time in your own little bubble of a scene or beyond that if you're touring and stuff like that. And like talking to actually Johnny Cruz from Limp said he was sitting side stage watching you guys play and ended up kind of like not stealing fills from you but being influenced by some of your fills and kind of taking them and applying them to
That's
his
right.
kit too.
Johnny, fuck, dude. I love Johnny. That was a minute ago.
Yeah, Johnny became he's like a good buddy of the show, man. We talk to Johnny like every week now. He's a good dude.
Yeah,
No way, really?
he texted us, or he texted me earlier today, and he's like, he's trying to get Limp back together, but he's like, yeah, like you guys are such a huge inspiration for getting the band back together. Because when we interviewed him, we talked about it, and I think a light bulb went off.
Yeah, it'd be
So
sick.
we're secretly trying to get Limp back together.
Uh, Limp was fucking rad, and Johnny's a great drummer. We all toured together a bunch. We played. I mean, we saw each other all the time, and then we did some pretty good tours together. I think with No Use, us and No Use, and Limp, and so fuck yeah, those were some fucking times right there.
I've got a
Nice.
VHS tape of you guys playing with Limp in '97. In where was that, Tanner? Was that Austin?
I think so.
I've got it digitized. I can send it to Tanner. He can send it to you.
Oh yeah, it's probably emos.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah,
was.
emos.
It was emos.
Emos,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I wanted to. So we were talking about kick drum technique, and I noticed you kind of have your own style. Like it's not like smelly style. It's kind of like I don't really know how to explain it. It's kind of a mix of smelly and then maybe some other things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not as consistent.
It's
uh,
hard, isn't it?
but I don't try to be. We, I don't try. Well, because our stuff moves around a lot more. Like their stuff is basically like you get on it and then you just do that. You
Hmm.
get on that horse and then you just ride. Where I mean, I came from kind of rock drumming and all kinds of and I like to kind of explore the space a little bit.
It has a different
And
personality, I
and
feel.
uh and so yeah, we'll do but then there'll be whatever. So I'm by far not the most solid motherfucker with that beat. But I just like to get around and do some other shit and you know, because
Yeah, you seem to be a little more like up top kind of guy, like very, you know,
probably definitely more up top
yeah.
um, than down below. But
Dude, your
we try to
kick is
keep it
so
solid.
strong though.
But
Yeah.
I get a little loosey goosey, definitely here and there. So
That's a real
some
tough
liberties.
beat to stay consistent. Like especially if like you're playing that beat for a long time. I
Yeah,
know Lagwagon has a lot. Like you'll go to like a halftime in a lot of the songs, or like a breakdown, and then you'll go back to that beat, and so you get a little
yeah,
break.
yeah. I mean,
Not so
fuck,
much RKL though.
I'd fucking lose my mind. Yeah, I mean the RKL shit is just like fucking
Dude.
all over the place. Like the fills, it's just fucking. It's like holy shit.
Yep.
Well,
But
after hearing that, I don't know if my next question is. I think I might kind of know the answer already. But was it? If you don't mind me asking, man, was it? I don't know how to word it properly. I don't want to seem like I'm Like coming in after Derek
Yeah.
left Lagwagon, was there anything? I mean, that dude was fucking wild. Like, was there
Yeah.
anything that you were like, what the hell just happened? Or, I mean, you obviously you're fully capable. I didn't know if there's anything like that you had trouble figuring out or.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I mean, it took me years to figure a bunch of shit out. Like it took me playing songs. I did well, so we all knew it. We were all friends. Like RKL and Lagwagon, we played shows together. So we were all friends. And so yeah, I was more than familiar with Derek Steele. And when I got in there, I was like, learning Haas, learning a bunch of shit and some dust stuff and some trash. And yeah, there was stuff that I was just like, well, I'm not exactly sure how he fucking does this, but I'm gonna do it. And most of it, I'm actually not trying to be verbatim by any, because you're never gonna be Derek. He was a fucking alien. He did his thing, and it's just I don't play like him. I don't have that style. I have to make it work in the way that I make it work. With obviously playing the parts, but playing them the way I would play them. So, because there's just some shit that's just not something I would. Whoa,
Hey.
There
Hey,
you
there you
are.
are. Oh, hey,
so
Dave.
it's just not going to be verbatim. I mean, mostly the songs are, the songs, but there are definitely Derekisms that um, are his all alone. So
What's
It's like
crazy is
he
just
had.
there's not a lot of footage of him
Oh, there's totally not.
playing
Yeah,
either,
yeah.
which sucks. But
yeah,
yeah,
no,
I just didn't know if I mean I'm assuming this many years later, it's not really like a I don't know. I
I
was
think you did
hesitant
a
to
great
ask,
job
but
though. Like you did a really great job taking that.
oh,
And
absolutely.
because it's funny because I'll listen back to the albums and I'm like, yeah, that's what Derek did. And then when I see you play live or one of those older Lagwagon songs, it's like it's normal to me
It's just
because
a
I've
different
heard it.
style.
Yeah, like I've heard it your way so many times that it's
yeah,
not weird. Like it's not weird at all. It still
yeah.
sounds good.
Hopefully at this point it's mostly like that. um Sometimes I haven't even listened to the original versions of even shit I made, and I because I've just expanded. I mean, everything is evolved. Like you play songs so many fucking times. That's why I just do shit sometimes. It's like I couldn't even fucking tell you what I played on an album for. Like I couldn't even play a playthrough because I'm like, fuck, I don't even play the song like that. Like I play
Hmm.
the song because it's just evolved to a point because I've just gotten bored, or I want to make it, or I've seen other opportunities within that song. Like, oh, I could do this and I could do that without totally fucking the song all up, but I could have more fun and keep the song the way it needs to be, but have a little bit more fun back there. So, because then I sometimes I go, fuck it. I listen to the original version of either something Derek did or what I did, and I'm like, Jesus, I fucking come a long way from what I actually recorded, or I mean, it's still within that framework. It's not terribly far, but there's sometimes where I'm like, oh, or I'll hear something and I'll start playing it how the original version was, or I'll hear a demo version and I'll bring a demo part, a fill from a demo in because I'm like, oh, I never put that in the song, but I'm going to bring it into because I thought it was cool and I forgot all about it.
You kind of like a
Well,
hybrid of each.
Try to just do what yeah. I mean, anybody that's ever replaced someone is always going to they're going to have to just try to try to kind of embrace what was and then what your style is. Like, kind of like Jamie in Bad Religion. I literally call him. I go, what is it? I named him the hybrid because I go, dude, you're solid Bad Religion, but you come and you can do all the metal, like all the weird Brooks shit that Brooks did, which is rad. And he's a fucking beast. He's such a great drummer, and everything he does just seems fucking perfect. He's like the perfect. He's the perfect mashup for what they need. So
Yeah, for sure. It's got to be very like, I feel like if I was in your shoes, I would be like, me personally, I'd be very insecure because you're trying to, fill shoes of someone like Derek. And even though you're exceptionally great, it's like I still feel like there would be like a kind of a weirdness there, like an expectation that people would want you to do the same things.
Still to this very day. I mean,
Yeah.
like I played in the band for fucking over 30 years. Imagine that. And then, but I mean, I get it. I mean, Derek's a fucking, he's special. He's a special, it's like Bomber is special. Like he was a fucking genius, and so is Derek. He did shit that, I mean, he wrote great songs, and he also had a unique style to play. So, um, you know, it's it's just the way it is. That's like I mean, I'm in two bands that had fucking legendary sort of drummer,
Dude, totally.
and I'm fucked. It's like
You're
Well, you're
doing
a
a great
legend. You're a
job.
But
legend,
I mean,
though.
that's the thing, though.
you're not gonna win with a lot of people, and I understand it because they're just like that is, that person is like the guy, and I get it, but I got the gig, and sadly, we don't have those people anymore. I wish they were. I mean, I would wish they were both fucking still around. They were both my friends. So, um, but here we are. So
Was it
I'm
ever
lucky.
awkward with you and Derek?
No, no, actually, Derek was always super cool. In fact, and he came over to my flat in SF, and we hung out, and I literally sat there. We drank beers, and I go, "Hey, man," I go, "What's the story with Rifle? Like, that." And
Yeah.
it's a
Where does
funny
that come from?
story. It's a funny story because a lot of people have no idea. I read people saying, "Oh, this and that." They don't fucking have a clue where that song came from. It was basically him taking La Villa Stringato from Rush, that rhythm pattern, and he turned it into like a big band thing. And it's funny because when I was a kid, I used to play the Hemispheres album, and that like dun 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 dun, 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 if you've heard that song, how it starts on the hi hat,
Yeah.
and it slowly kind of gets bigger until the song comes in. And I was sitting, I go, get the fuck out of here. I go, and I told him that story. I go, dude, that totally makes sense. That's exactly what that is. Like, do, 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 do.
Yeah.
Like, that's the fucking Rush song, you
Yeah.
dick. I'm like, that's so rad. You took this song, and I was super familiar with it because I practiced it as a kid so much to get that boom, 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 da, 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 da. And Derek, he wrote that song. So
Oh, that's
So it
awesome.
all came together for you at that moment.
yeah, I
That's
It all
mean,
made
Derek was
sense.
always rad. He was rad. I mean, he was. If I ever had a question for about like that or whatever, he was always down for. He is a
Cool.
full drum geek. He was always down to fucking trip out on drums.
That's sick.
interesting. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah, I mean,
rifle intro is
I
insanely
know.
difficult.
Yeah.
yeah, Move the Car was always a weird one too. I still haven't really.
Oh,
See, I'm stubborn with Rifle and Move the Car. I refuse to watch videos. I just have to figure it out on my own. And here we are, 30 fucking years later, and I still
yeah.
can't do it. So maybe it's time to lose the pride.
Move the Car is a weird one because it has this, this double pattern between the hi hat and the kicks and the snare. Do 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 do, and then yeah, ask little Joe about that song. That's his favorite song to play.
Is he still right there with you?
He is.
I'm sensing some sarcasm.
Jezzer, huh?
Huh?
I assume you've seen the Riley Martin prank calls, right? Christian, I'll have to send that to you if I haven't already.
Oh, speak of the devil, Johnny Cruz just texted me right now. Should I call him?
Johnny, what's up, Johnny Cruz?
Let's see. Did he text me?
I'll call him and hold him up to the phone.
Yeah,
Dude, I love Johnny.
I love Johnny too.
He didn't text
He
me.
says I love him. I told him we were talking to you.
Oh,
He's
Not
a
you,
fucking
Matt.
badass.
Dave.
That
yeah.
guy's
Oh, I
a
know.
badass. Where's Johnny Cruz living at?
Oh, jeez, where was he?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's.
Where?
I don't remember, honestly.
I think he's in California.
Is he? God damn.
I'm not sure. Should I call him?
Oh,
So
you
we can
guys
get
are in
him.
California.
We need to know the answer.
Will it work?
I don't know. You can try.
Should I try it? I don't want to. I don't
It's
want to
funny.
steal.
It's funny. You can't hear this, right?
Nope.
Isn't that weird?
What do you?
I'm tapping my desk here with a drumstick. You cannot hear that in the mic.
Really?
Those mics are. Is that the SM7 or something?
SM7B.
I like the. Is that a green R20?
Uh
No, Chris.
Me?
oh,
Yeah,
This is a. Yeah, it is. Yep. Good.
it's green.
Good one. No, it's gray. I just have horrible.
it
fucking
does look
lighting.
great.
I thought
Look,
I wish it was.
those are great. I love
Straight
those.
from Vietnam.
Is that a hand grenade?
Big Muff made it. So, oh, I'm sure there are people that would wish I had a fucking hand grenade in my mouth.
Yeah, you got to call Johnny
You want me to call him? Let's see if it'll work. We'll
if
see
you
if
want
he'll pick
to.
up. Yeah.
Hey, Dave, I'll be there next weekend.
Oh shit! Really?
I was
Can you
gonna
hear
try.
it?
I was gonna try and get you to
Come
give me a
on.
haircut, but
What up?
Yo, can everyone hear this?
You and Johnny Cruz?
I can hear.
Can you hear Dave talking to you?
Not yet.
Oh, you know what, dude? I'm gonna have to.
you don't have headphones on.
Oh, it's
I'll
not
have
coming
to
through
hold
the
on.
speakers.
I'm gonna unplug from this for a second here. Give me 1 second.
We'll say hi to Johnny real quick.
Johnny Cruz.
All right, try it now.
Dave,
What up, Johnny Cruz?
what's happening, bro?
Fuck, dude, long time.
So what are you guys doing? You're on your interview right now?
Yeah, we're talking about stuff.
You're a beast, bro. When I got
You're
to see you every
you're a beast.
I just couldn't believe how cool you were and how amazing you were. And I mean, I don't know, bro. I took so much
Ooh.
from you.
Oh, dude, it was a fucking pleasure. We had such good times on those tours. Damn, dude.
I know. And the last time I saw you was at the Pumpkin Drumlet thing, and you still remembered me, man. And I don't know, it was just cool, bro.
Dude, of course, you were fucking. We had some great times. Us and No Use and Limp and fucking all the shows we did back in those days. Oh my god.
I know, man, but somebody like you, bro, that's just done so much, and just for you to just be like the coolest guy, it always tripped me out.
Oh, dude, you're so that's so nice. Fucking man, I mean, I had such great times with you guys. I mean, we were fucking homies. Miss you guys.
Dougie,
So Dave was asking Johnny where you're at right now, like living.
Prescott, Arizona.
That's
Oh
it.
shit,
That's right.
Prescott.
But I go back and forth to Redondo Beach. I'm kind of like half and half. I have my son lives here in Prescott, and so I kind of try to make a little bit of a way for myself here. And then my lady of 10 years, she's in Redondo, so I got a long distance relationship, and I go back and forth.
Damn.
Yeah, Kent said he was trying to get some shit going on here in Prescott, but nothing ever happened. This is like a little music town, and it's got all these venues. It's got all this kind of network set up. It would be killer. I was even I don't know. I was even thinking about maybe asking somebody to come here and doing like a little show, but I don't know. I couldn't guarantee that it would be awesome.
Fuck, dude.
I
Next time I'm through there, we should fucking hang out.
Oh, first, if you can, give Christian your number for me, just so I have it. I won't bug you too much.
Yeah. These guys fucking pass it along. You guys have it, right?
Yeah, but absolutely.
Give it to Johnny Cruz.
Yeah. Throw it down, man, and I'll get in touch with you because I just love to see you, man. Next time you're even close, I'll come and check you guys out.
Hell yeah, man. That'd be awesome. Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard you're trying to get Limp back together. What's going on?
It's just, sorry.
Is Limp getting back together? I've seen Surge a few times.
Yeah, he's still knocking around. He's probably the one knocking around the most.
Yeah.
He's in Tahoe, and him and Rory are in the band. They're broing down.
Oh, no way, really?
Yeah,
Fuck.
they're like best friends. They're like best friends.
Holy shit.
Where do you live? Are you doing SF?
I am in I'm in Salinas, like Monterey, Carmel area.
I always wanted to live in Monterey. That's awesome.
Yeah, slide through. I was out in Fresno for like 17 years. So
Really?
yeah, brutal.
It's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm
But
so happy. I'm so happy you answered the phone, Johnny.
hell yeah.
I'm never gonna not answer from you, man.
That's
I
true.
mean, unless I'm holding a baby in a fire or something.
Well, I would be in a fire with a baby. I feel like you're kind of already fucked. You might as well just drop the baby at that point.
Yeah, Johnny's working on getting Limp back together. So
Fuck yeah.
I want to see him get back together. Said I want to see you guys get back together.
Yeah, me too, man. It'd be so fun.
Yeah, for sure.
So fun.
Do it. Do it.
Get rid of the Spinal Tap, bro.
We should do this every time.
Yeah, we'll just call Johnny every time.
Yeah. We're going to call Johnny now. That should be a thing.
Dude, you have a TV around you. What the hell is that?
I don't know. I found the thing.
Or, well, it's funny because it still didn't clear the background up.
No.
If you could only see a
Still all Mert and still all
9,000.
milk.
He has a cockatiel on his shoulder. For anyone watching YouTube, this is hilarious.
Oh my god! I just looked up and the TV was around him.
All right,
Dude, that's awesome.
This is real time shit.
Yeah.
You have a pro necklace.
I was
Dude, look at-
back on that stage, just sitting on the stage and watching Dave fucking pound.
Oh, shut it.
I've never seen a
I was
stage
watching you fucking
starts playing.
watching you rock it too. There it is. Look at I did it.
Oh shit!
Dave unblurred his background. There we go. And then Christmas lights.
Oh yeah.
We did, man. That was our drummer tour, bro. That was
It
a
was-
fucking drummer tour.
Dude, it was. I was fucking. Oh my god, Rory. Rory.
Once the Rory train starts going, you can't get it off the tracks, bro.
That's right.
And if Dave's rocking, don't bother knocking.
Yeah, buddy.
Straight up. Straight up.
Oh, shit.
Well, dude, Johnny, thanks so much for answering, man. We'll definitely. I'll get you your information, Dave, and you guys can link up soon.
Yeah, man. Thanks for calling. That was absolutely amazing.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Later, Dave.
We'll talk.
Later, Johnny.
Bye, Johnny.
Later, Christian.
Later,
See you
bud.
guys.
Bye, Johnny. Hey, we're gonna go to Johnny now. That should definitely be a thing now. Hey, we're gonna call Johnny Cruz.
Yeah.
Dude, your screen
our
said.
bro.
Your screen said, "Huh."
How'd you do that?
Did you do that?
Huh?
Your screen said, "Huh?"
You're-
Question
yeah.
mark.
I should just not do all this.
That's hilarious.
Did you guys hear him? Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came
Yeah.
through real clear.
nice. I guess I got to
That
go.
was wild.
Yeah, he's great too.
I like the TV. I think that's cool.
You like that? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll stick along.
That's funny.
For any of you listening and not watching, Dave's changing his borders on his screen. Dude, that's awesome.
If you were in propaganda, you'd probably have different things to say about these borders. Oh. So we talked a lot about Derek. I'd like to get into to some of your parts, man, if that's cool with you.
Yeah.
I've always thought like you have like an incredible amount of restraint, right? Like you play you serve the songs very well. I think the biggest thing that I've noticed is never stops. So well, first of all, let me ask: is that a rudiment in the lead up to the pause? Doing the little roll while Joey's talking about the SUVs.
I can't even remember the song right now.
Oh man!
I played it. Chris, is that a lead? Is that a rudiment? Here we got. Look at what we got over here. We got Chris Rest over here.
What's up, Chris?
Hey, Chris. We're getting all involvement from everyone. I can go find Big Bitch too.
Yeah.
Bring anyone on you want. I think it's just going to make it even better. This will be the most popular episode. We're going to have to beat Rhino's episode.
Oh, impossible. No way. No one's beating that.
Dude, his episode is pretty well liked. So
Fucking legend. That guy's a fucking legend.
He
He
is.
works for a legend too. He's worked for all the fucking badasses. Jesus Christ.
It's
But
time we talk about
I
Bill.
was about to say, how has
No,
Bill
Bill.
Stevenson
we
not
can't,
been mentioned?
we can't stray too far yet. You got to let me have my nerd moment here.
Okay.
Yeah, okay,
go
okay.
for
Let's
it.
get
I
back
knew
on
this has
on
been
topic.
eating at me for years. All right, so hopefully you can remember.
Which part is this now?
So never stops. It's the lead up to I think he's saying colors of democracy fly from every SUV. Misspelled bumper stickers here.
What album is it?
Blaze.
Blaze. Um, so funny. I play the song, but I can't like actually recall the part.
Well, my biggest question is so there's almost like a little there's the pause, right? And there's that little it sounds like a cymbal wash that's been reversed. But you come in on the upbeat there.
What's the song name?
Never
Never
stop.
stop.
We're all
Here.
gonna listen to it.
Hold on.
It's this song.
It won't come through.
You know we won't be able to hear it.
Oh,
It's on my phone.
it's coming through.
This song.
Well, you can hear it because you're in the same house.
No,
Oh,
we're
really?
isolated.
I hear nothing.
Can you hear that?
It's
Dave?
coming through my headphones.
Oh, let me listen to it.
Yeah, dude, this is gonna keep chopping it up.
I don't think it's coming through, Tanner.
Yeah, it's not working.
Tanner, it's coming through because we're on the same headset.
Y'all can't hear that?
They can't hear it. No.
Wait, which part is it again?
How's that different?
But
than
We
me
could probably
talking?
cue it up. We could
So-
edit it in.
There's the pause, and you do like it's like a little cymbal wash, right? And it almost sounds like it's reversed. And then when you come in on a rim click instead of the downbeat. And it's weird how I guess the question is, how the fuck did you figure out that the song was going to turn itself back around to where you were on the downbeat again? Like that, there's your compliment. Is that like that's some like Stuart Copeland shit right there, coming in an upbeat.
He's like, I can't remember
Yeah,
what the hell you're talking about.
It's one of those things you just do. It's like if you think about it, it's like you can't remember.
I think that's so weird that he couldn't hear. You can hear me talk,
don't
but you
know.
couldn't hear my phone play.
I
No,
wish I knew what part it was. It was probably an accident.
that's like the coolest
You're like,
shit.
it's wrong.
That's what's funny is when Matt and I started doing this, we made a list of drummers that we wanted to talk to, and I was like, we got to get Dave because I need to know, like, was that intentional or was it just an error that fucking stuck around? I love hearing this shit, man.
Is it in the middle of the song? Is it before? Is it like
It's when he comes back in real like soft. They say the party never
near
stops.
the end?
Yeah, it's like probably around like the 250 mark, somewhere in there.
I barely hear it coming through. That's cool.
Did you hear that?
No,
It'll cut in and out.
yeah, Zoom doesn't want us sharing any music.
Zoom
here.
does not like
Is
music.
that what it's doing?
Yeah, it won't let you.
I was like, how can it hear me talk but not hear my phone making a noise?
It will not let
Oh,
music come through.
That's interesting.
I planned
Wow.
it. I planned it all. I figured it all out. I mean, we go back and forth, so it probably was somewhat planned because the thing goes back and forth, kind of like the fast, the mid pace, the this, that, and the other. So, and to be quite honest, actually, this album we really did rehearse a shit ton, and Jesse and I figured out a lot of like stuff, just bass and drums. We spent a lot of time just he and I together figuring stuff out on this album. So actually, it probably was figured out because we did actually really, really work kind of like on the parts a lot on this album. So yeah. So I actually it was probably figured out because we went over this fucking album a shit ton, probably more than most actually. So yeah,
That's
I had a lot of trial and error, but ended up landing on what I wanted to do. So I think I was probably the most prepared, I have to say.
right. Well, I don't know, man. It's just funny how like I think everyone's going to hear something and sort of latch onto a different part, and I always thought that was cool too. Like if the three of us were all given the drumless track, like there's no way all three of us would do the same the same thing, you know. And it's so cool how you can pull inspirations from different way. And I think it was that interview that we did with Dave Mello, where he's like, half of what you come up with is trying to steal shit from other people, but not being good enough to do it, and just kind of accidentally making your own version of it. And it's like, ooh, man, like, yeah, cool. Well, thanks, dude. I can sleep now, Dave.
Kinda. That was kind of a vague answer, but
it was planned. He said it was planned.
I said it was.
I have this, Tanner.
I came up with everything, Tanner. It was all by design, baby.
He wrote the entire album, lyrics, guitar, bass.
Yeah.
I thought he glitched out after you asked that question.
Well, you
He
were
was
listening
like,
to it, right? I think he was listening to the song.
Fuck, I can't even recall the song. I mean, it's funny if we play it. Yeah, I can play it, but if I have to think about it, I'm like,
well, I'll tell you what, man. I'm gonna see you guys in a couple months at Stoked.
what's
who?
that? Huh?
So you got Stoked. Was I not?
New Jersey?
Yeah.
Asbury?
Keenan's my homie, dude. I love that guy.
That's gonna be great. I love my homies, the Souls, and I love fucking playing Asbury. It's such a good time.
So you're gonna have to play that live, and we'll stand side stage and just stare.
Okay, we'll play it live.
Don't fuck this.
Well, remind me, because I'll make sure that it's in the set list. Then you can go that part, and then I probably don't do that anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say that.
That part I probably play it differently now. And you're like,
you're gonna do the kick fill from Choke in its place just to fuck with me, right? So,
well,
dude, I guess we'll go. Like, how did that? You guys have known each other for a long time, yeah?
huh?
The bands have all known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I know that the was that like I think the Warped Tour used to bring a lot of bands together. Is that how you got those dudes, or?
Yeah, I mean the early Warped Tours, like the '96 one, the '97. Fuck, we played with the Deftones and fucking
Eminem,
Kid Rock.
I wasn't on the tour.
Skid Mark.
Either of those, but we did do shows with. I did hang out with Kid Rock before he was a complete tool. He was actually, his name's Bob. He was like super cool, fucking really nice guy. I don't know what the fuck happened to that guy, but that's a bummer. But
So I heard a story real quick about Kid Rock that Fletcher, when he was on the Warped Tour, Fletcher went up on stage and like flipped his shit over and like pulled his chain off in the middle of the show and like just walked back off stage.
Yeah, I wasn't there, but I heard that. That's what I heard too.
Like, what are you gonna do to Fletcher?
I know.
No,
He's a giant.
That story. That sounds very Fletcher.
Stefan told me that actually.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Man, I was curious about something. Well, first of all, cymbals. What cymbal brand do you play, and how often do you break them? Because you hit hard. You hit so hard.
I play Sabian.
Okay.
And, I try to lighten up a bit, but yeah, I mean, depending on the tour, I mean, I'll definitely go through a few cymbals.
Yeah.
I just actually got a brand new shipment that came that hopefully will take care of me for a while.
Yeah.
This fucker's expensive.
that face.
Yeah.
God, I broke a cymbal the other day, but I've had it for like 15 years.
Hitting it hard enough.
Zildjian A custom. Man, I think I think over time you just kind of learn to realize that you don't have the money to replace them.
Or
No, you just learn to hit a little.
Where you're supposed to hit the cymbals, and I don't. Just you're fucking stupid. But cool, we'll take your money.
Have you ever put a mallet, like a bass drum, like kicked it so hard that you went through the head?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I was wondering that for sure.
Broke pedals, broke mallets, broke heads.
Yeah, you hit that bass drum hard. You really just hit all the drums hard, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, you probably harder than I should, but sometimes, I get excited.
No, it's good. It brings a cool energy.
Fucking drums, man. Got to hit them.
Yeah.
Well, and it's like the more people watching, the harder you hit, like the faster you play anyway. So I can imagine
Hit
all the
like
shows you guys play.
money.
What's that?
Hit them like they owe you money.
Well, dude, so I guess now got me thinking too on that 26 kick drum. Do you raise your beater like way up to hit the center of the drum, or are you playing a little bit more towards the bottom?
No, it's in the same spot. It's just where it is, whether I put it on a 24, just hit it same spot.
Yeah.
It would be a big ass beater if I had to, if it hit.
That sucker would be about 3 foot long.
Yeah, I got my first 24. I always do 20s or 22s, and I remember going to a 24 and trying to get the beater to hit the center of the drum, and I'm like, just
Throw off
Yeah.
all the geometry.
doubles on
Not
that.
gonna happen.
I'm sorry,
Not-
am I boring you, Dave?
Hey, it's like midnight at Christian's.
No.
Where are you at, Tanner?
I'm in Texas, but Christian's in New York,
Well,
right?
I know you're in Texas. What room? Where is it?
I'm
Where's
at
that?
Matt's studio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm like I can look like this and look at Matt.
Oh,
We're in the same
Tanner.
building.
you guys are like me and Joe.
Yeah, we're like you and Joe, and we say, huh?
Yeah, so that behind Tanner was my garage, and then we just redid everything and turned it into a studio.
Awesome. Looks killer.
It's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
it's awesome. And I'm in the process of sound treatment right now. I'm recording my first band next weekend, and like the first band in the new space. So
Nice.
I'm excited
Yeah,
about that.
it's fun in here, honestly.
I kind of have it set up more of a drum. You know how drums are hard to record. You got to have all the mics. You got to have all the channels. You got to have the space. And so
Right.
I'm kind of marketing it towards, hey, you want to record drums? I got a good place for you.
I got
So
you.
yeah, I got you. But yeah, I just got to get people coming in. So that's
Yeah.
the goal. That's the goal with this space.
That's
So
always
Yeah, and so speaking of recording, Bill Stevenson, you have recorded with him,
I
like him
have.
watching you and telling you to do this and do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's fun.
man.
I want to know about that
Yeah.
experience.
Huh?
I said I want to know about that experience.
Oh, it's great. Bill's so funny. I mean, you guys know Bill. He's fucking hilarious. He's like you track something and you finish and then he looks at you and he's all oh he just all how'd you feel about that, Phil? Are you I did you like that, Phil? Like, well, I thought I did until you basically made me feel like it's
Yeah,
shitty.
yeah.
So I guess I'm gonna track this motherfucker again. He's like, okay, yeah, try it again. Okay. Like,
That's funny.
dick.
It's like indirectly saying he didn't like it.
Hey, you want to know what was really actually more intimidating than that is when we first met those guys back in like 97, we toured and we had always like direct support for us. And then we had like Rich like me where I met Abe and then probably Armchair Martian was on there with John Snodgrass. And so we had a fucking such one of the best tours, I think. But I mean, dude, I had to follow Bill Stevenson every night. Like
Oh yeah.
fucking living legend, the guy that, once again, when I was a kid growing up, listening to Descendants songs and Black Flag and, all that. So that was ridiculous. It's like fucking Bill every night. And then he would grab like handfuls of sticks and play he would
Oh,
play
yeah.
with his handfuls. He was just such a ham. He's so funny. He knows when you're watching too. So he leans into that shit pretty hard. He's like, he's fucking Bill. I mean, he knows we all love him. And so he's like, oh yeah, check this out. And then we're like, oh God.
Yeah, and
That was-
thankfully
yeah.
Rhino's up there recording all that video of him too. Every show.
Oh, like
Yeah,
at the shows.
I
Yeah.
love it.
The Bill face, the
He plays
So,
a song
yeah.
different every time, literally.
Yeah.
Ogre.
Drum ogre. Hmm.
Drum ogre, man.
Yeah, I can imagine it's intimidating. Record. I've never recorded at the blasting room, but he's actually mixing two of my band's songs right now. But that's completely different than being there, face to face. Actually, you're laying down a drum track in front of him.
you're gonna get an email being like, how do you feel about those parts?
How do you feel about that? You like that? Did you like that, Phil? Are you married to that? Like, no.
Are you married to that?
He's not. Interestingly enough, he's not obviously, you're in his presence and you want to do well, but he's not intimidating. He's actually super cool. Like when I was done tracking, when we were tracking there, and Jason Livermore's a great drummer as well, played in Wretch Like Me. And I mean,
Great guy.
he's rad and he's a homie. And, so when I was done for the day tracking, we go and Bill would run out to there's taco truck and he'd bring a bunch of tacos and we sit in the kitchen around an island, Butcher Block Island, and we would just pound tacos. And then so the first day he brought in like 12. We just hammered them. He's all, oh, next day, tomorrow I'll get twice as many. So the next day I'm done, and we, as a treat to eat, he brings out all these tacos because he loves his taco truck, and we just pound those, and So I mean, he's not really intimidating. He's kind of rad, and he's super supportive, and he's funny. Like when he says that shit, and you're like, oh yeah, I guess that sucked, huh? But he's great. It's great, and he makes you play better, anyways. He really pushes you to do the best you can.
Yeah, I went to the blasting room with my wife and daughter last year, and he gave us a tour. But I do photography, and he was going to let me take a portrait of him basically inside the blasting room. And he was like, people think I'm mean. I want one where it looks like I'm happy. He's like, I
Yeah,
don't I don't like people thinking that I'm hard, And so we
yeah.
did. So I got a nice smile from him, and it's like one of my favorite photos. So yeah,
Oh,
he's a super sweet guy.
oh my God, Bill's the sweetest. He's a trip. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to know, you got to hang out with him a while. I mean, I cooked a Thanksgiving dinner at his house when I was there tracking. I was there tracking with Good Riddance for the EP we did, the Phenomena of Craving, and so we got to go. I got to cook Thanksgiving dinner because it was during that time at Bill's house. I mean, back in 90, whatever the hell. Oh no, it would have been, I guess, 99 or 2000 when I was playing with Good Riddance. So uh, Bill is super chill. He's so fucking funny too, and he's got stories. That
Yeah.
motherfucker, all the Black Flag stories. I mean, all the old hardcore punk rock stories. He got them.
He invited me over to his house last year for breakfast, and I walk in and he like talked to me. Like he made me feel important. He's just that kind of guy.
No, he. I call him LL, living legend. I was like, I go, hey, what's up, LL, or whatever. He's totally a goofball for sure. He's the fucking goofiest bastard ever. So he puts you at ease pretty quickly because the last thing you think about is drums because he's so fucking goofy and does some weird shit. Like you're like, what the fuck just happened? He does all these weird things like a rewipe where he'll wipe his ass. If you go, Bill, rewipe, and he'll grab a piece of paper, reach down and fucking wipe his ass and stick it on a wall or something.
I've heard about that.
Yeah, when we
I've heard
toured
about that.
together, he did that a few times,
Oh
or
my God.
I mean, it's fucking awesome. It's so funny. So yeah, trip on it. He's just a fucking funny guy. He's really nice and super smart, badass, and
Is there anything that you do in any of the songs that are kind of a direct influence of Bill?
You wipe your ass on your.
that'd be the closest I do is a rewipe. But oh hell, yeah, I don't know if I do anything. I mean, it's in there, but there's nothing. I'm sure the influences are all there. It's just there is something I try to do because Bill does this thing. I tried to mix this, although this isn't really worked out, but I love when he does his like thing where he goes or he'll
Oh
go on
yeah.
the tom. He'll get on a rack tom and go do 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 do. Like he'll do a fill with the one hand. It's just like do 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 do.
Yep.
Those hangs where they hang it out, and so just because your left hand has to be pretty strong to do a real solid fucking bunch of fucking eighth notes like that. But otherwise, yeah, I don't know if I couldn't really tell you if probably just from listening to his music and watching him play and trying to kind of work on more precise playing because he's pretty precise. He doesn't waste motion at all.
Mm.
That guy fucking everything is there and he lays in when he needs to, and then he lays back. He's super fucking solid and perfect. Perfect every day. Every time he plays, it's consistent.
Yeah, I remember him
So
talking about after his health issues that he was trying to play more efficiently.
yeah,
And that's exactly what he's doing. You can
yeah.
tell.
He's always been though very exacting, So, but he doesn't waste any emotion at all. And I mean, fuck, dude, he fucking plays like a beast, and every single time you watch him play, and they're like one song to the next. Like they don't fucking waste time. They're just like shoot, bang, 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 bang.
Have you seen that younger gentleman we interviewed that plays like Bill Scott?
Probably
Scott,
hasn't because he's not on the Facebook thing.
Oh right.
I'm
Well,
on Facebook.
maybe
I
he's
just
friends
don't
with him.
check it out as much. Who's Scott?
Matt, how do you say his last name? Scott
Mangino, he's a little
Mangino.
Bill Stevenson prodigy.
Is he really?
Yeah. Oh man, he's
Oh,
great.
dude, you'd love his.
We'll have to send you some stuff.
Yeah,
He's excellent.
Definitely.
but it's
That's
cool
wild.
seeing how much Bill is influenced. I mean, what Scott we interviewed him a couple weeks ago, and I think he's like 21 maybe, and just like
Oh.
he's got that Bill, the finger movement down like tight. Kid's a monster.
You know what? I think I have seen this kid play.
He has like a stat. Every time I notice, every time I see him play, he's got like a stack of like PV amps behind him.
Oh, really?
Like I never seen so many PV amps in one place.
I've got one little PV amp.
That sucker
Hey,
got
I
a
need more.
wall of PV amps.
You just outed yourself as a bass player, buddy.
That's right.
Hey,
Yeah.
this is this picture from forever ago. Uh, it's like my favorite picture of Bill. Bill and I. I
Oh,
think
that's
we were
cool.
at Punk Rock Holiday, and he had just played, and I'm like, Bill, let's take a picture. And he's smiling, and it was just good times. And he just absolutely killed it. And I think I'm wearing a Descendants what hoodie too.
Hoodie
Perfect.
even. Zip up even.
Hoodie. I barely know him.
Really? No, I'm dang near killed him.
Joe's probably over there cracking up.
He's like these idiots.
I know. I know.
Oh.
Well, Christian, do you have any other questions?
Of course I do, but I'm not going to punish Dave too much more.
Yeah.
Just know this: I'm going to get you in person, motherfucker. I'm going to see you in
Yeah,
a
for
couple.
sure.
Hey, he likes steak and eggs. So
Steak and eggs, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been to Asbury. There's a million places. I don't know.
Go to Frank's.
Frank's.
Frank's is where I go when I'm in Asbury. I'll just cruise over. Steinkoff will pick me up, and then we'll go there and we'll go eat.
Hell
Oh,
yeah,
I'll
dude.
go get a tour tat over at Keeneland's over in what do you call it? Fucking over at Anchor and whatever Anchor's away.
Yeah, but
Over
I
in,
usually work those things. Maybe I'll get you.
is it Neptune? He's in Neptune. Is it?
That's Bradley.
Okay.
Bradley Beach. I mean, dude, they're all so like you can walk from Brian. So it's like, yeah, you can walk from Brian's to Stoked to Stone Pony. It takes like 20 minutes.
Right.
So it's pretty close. But yeah, dude, we that's what I do for a living. So I actually met Brian through tattooing, but I usually work those events at the tattoo shop like the day or two before. So that'd be fun, man.
Fuck yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'll get you.
Yeah. I mean, Brian did my Black Flag bars and a bunch of other shit. Every time I just get something, I'll go over there, and so I'll have breakfast with with Pete, and then I'll have tattoo with Keeneland.
Nice, dude. I don't know if I can show you some of Brian's work that I came up with. We got Milo Threat,
Like pulls his
Oh,
dick out.
nice.
and then there's the Circle Germs,
Yeah.
and then next time we're gonna get Gorilla Misfits. So we'll do the Gorilla Biscuits with the Devil Lock. I ran out of room, so I just started mashing bands together.
Look at this. I got this. Wait, I don't fucking up. For Asbury Lanes, I got this little jam with the balls thing and the skull.
Hell yeah,
We're about to close down. So
dude! I love that place, man. I'm probably about 2.5 hours from Asbury in upstate New York. So we used to go there a lot as kids, and I still love it, man.
oh hell yeah! I mean, it's so killer during the summer too. Like when you roll up and then just fucking everything's open and you just cruise down the boardwalk and it's fucking it's good times.
Yeah, buddy. Well, we'll tattoo you and get some food.
Hell yeah, I love it.
Fuck
It's
yeah,
my
dude.
favorite things.
Dude,
Thanks for
Tanner.
having me, homies.
Yeah, Tanner, thanks for the hookup, man.
Like, yeah, this was fun as fuck.
Yeah. Hey, thank you, Dave. Seriously.
Tanner tells me
Very
you're,
cool.
because I talk to Joe every day, and Tanner and Tanner's like, Dave's just like Joe, you
Yeah.
know?
I don't
So
know
I'm
if that's an
Follower.
insult or not, but
as far as the goofiness factor.
yeah.
Yeah.
Easy going.
Hey,
Yeah, dude, definitely
Christian,
made this
Very
definitely made
good.
this easy. So,
you want to do your little your ending ritual?
oh yes,
Joe?
yeah. So we usually end on I'll have my kids give me questions.
Uh-huh.
So there's 7, 11, and 13. So the 13-year-old usually has things that are a little bit more specific. But we'll start with the 7-year-old who wants to know have you did you get a wagon that doesn't lag yet, or is it still
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, depends, but yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a little faster wagon these days.
nice,
That's a
nice? All
great
right.
question.
Oh, my my middle sorry. She wants to know if you've ever farted on stage before, which I'm sure all of us have,
Have I
right?
ever farted on stage?
Yeah.
Fucking shit my pants on stage. Next question.
Dude, this is great though, because I'll be able to play them these things in like 20 years, and they're gonna be like, "What the
Oh my god.
yes?" But
You
my
laugh.
oldest, my oldest is actually like she's a fan. She's a big fan of Lagwagon and Smoking Popes. So those are
Cool.
the two ones when I told her who I was talking to her, she kind of bugged out a little bit. But her question is just more of like, what's like, can you think of a favorite song that you like to play live?
Favorite song, like to play live. I really like playing, I mean, of newer songs, Surviving California is fun as fuck to play because it's, it's a Little Joe song, and it's just kind of fun because it's just all, kind of wacky and all over the place. So
Oh yeah.
obviously Rifle's always fun to play, because it's a big drum bass song, and it's a nice little tribute always to Derek, and so that's fun.
I feel like that was the best question asked all night.
I know, right?
Which one, about shitting his pants?
Well, that one too. That was the second best one.
But so when we meet at that show, can we leave that part out of it? We'll just do the food and the tattoos and
Yeah, absolutely.
the no pooping of the pants.
Hey,
It's my daughter Lee and her friend Abby. She's about to go to a
hey.
sleepover, so she's telling me
Oh,
goodbye.
hi, you guys.
Bye,
I am.
guys.
That's Dave.
Bye, Tanner.
Bye.
Hey, Lee, you remember
Hi.
that video of you dancing when you were little and that music was playing? You were listening to Lagwagon. You were listening to his band. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
shit.
It's
Wait,
so
what?
cute. She's like headbanging and she's
Like
like
too many people.
That's
one.
awesome.
There's too many people.
Yeah. Getting all crazy.
Yep,
Fun.
Lagwagon. He's a drummer of Lagwagon.
Have
And
fun
she's
with the
almost
sleepover.
she's like, and
Bye,
I'm
you guys.
gone.
She's all
Almost
peace.
done here.
Did I say hi?
Bye, guys. Y'all have fun at your sleepover. Oh, everyone loves Tanner.
Oh, everyone loves Tanner. He's
Dude,
a nice guy.
Tanner,
Wish I could come through and give you a hug too, Tanner.
I wish you could too.
everybody loves Tanner. It's insane.
Oh, thank you, Matt.
You're like
Yeah.
the Raymond of the family, right?
Everyone loves. Yeah.
And the sitcom's coming soon.
Except for Dave doesn't because he used a different drum head last tour. So
Oh, shit. Well, I'm using the 26, so you're going to have to make me another one on a 26.
hey, there's a show less than a week away. Like
Oh, shit.
it's
You're
like
gonna-
it's
oh,
about
shit, You're
time.
gonna fly over with. You're gonna
Yeah.
fly over with another
I-
drum.
I just feel
No
like
one
that's always how it
saved my-
happens.
No one saved my fucking butt like you, boy. That's for sure. Fucking custom head for the very first round of fucking shows we ever did when Remo completely fucking failed me. Dude, that's awesome. In fact, the 24 I played in practice that's set up in my that kick drum is what I just played for rehearsal because that 24 sounds killer, and it's set up in my in the studio. So
Is all
that's-
that paint staying on there on those all those heads?
is what?
Is the paint staying on there?
Yeah.
I always wondered,
Like-
like if that stuff would,
Like the vibration
yeah,
would
like
make it
would
chip
knock
off.
it off there or
Well,
something.
Tanner, do you paint them already like with tension on them?
Yeah, yeah,
Good.
yeah. I like put something on. Like, no, I'm sorry, no, I
No.
don't. I paint them off the drum. Yeah,
Well, I guess the reso head you're not gonna tighten it as much.
Yeah.
There it
Oh,
is.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Man.
yeah.
Hey, show the
Okay.
other ones. Do you have the other ones too? I haven't seen those in too long.
There's the one I'm gonna get rid of. And then that's the tom from the kit that I play regular. It's kind of I got it mixed up. I don't know. I'm blowing this thing. I can't really aim.
Man, you gotta put you never put on the gold leaf one.
You know what's funny?
That's my favorite.
Which one? Which one?
I think I'm most proud of that one. The one that says Dave and it's gold. No, not that one. The one that
That's a
says
good
Dave.
one.
Okay, Tanner, check this out. That is the one. I got to put a hole in it, but I actually have it right here, and I was gonna put it on for the gig coming up. This one,
Oh, yeah. Yes. Oh, dude,
Yeah.
I love
Shit.
I
it.
got to put a hole in it, and I have it set aside with another RKL head.
Nice. That one's a
So
little
because
better.
I'm gonna change them out.
Oh, nice. But in between,
Yeah, but
yeah, dude, that's
that's the
awesome.
one I want to use. I actually looked at it. It was on the wall. I'm like, you know what? I need to fucking play that thing.
I did that for you 4 or
That was the
5 years
first
ago.
one.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
the
5
first
years
one I
ago.
did.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put a hole in it, and I'm gonna rock it.
Yes. Oh, that's great news.
So yeah, funny you should say that. So funny you should try to make me feel guilty.
Yeah, exactly.
Tanner is a phenomenal artist, and so is Christian, man. Like so talented, both of them. It's insane.
Well, thanks.
Thank you, sir.
cool. It's cool. I just made that head. It's cool. Don't
Yeah.
have to play it or nothing.
Yeah, he's good at making you feel awful, isn't he?
I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll learn that about Tanner. Yeah.
Good thing I don't. Good thing I don't really get guilty. So, I don't give a fuck. All right, you guys. I got to feed these guys because they're looking at me.
They're
Chris
like-
is all here now, and he's all pissed off.
Bye, Joe.
Yeah.
Just pissed off for some.
What's up, Chris?
Hangry.
He's getting hangry.
Awesome.
You
Well,
guys
dude,
have a
thank you
wonderful
so much
night.
for your time. It was good
Yeah.
chatting with you.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. It's been
Yeah,
fun.
dude.
Do it
Yeah.
again.
See you later.
We'll
See you next
show.
week.
What do you say, Tanner?
Oh, I guess we leave or what? Oh,
Oh,
No, I told-
he froze up.
I told him see him next week.
Bye, Dave. If you can hear us.
I think he's froze as hell. Hey, oh, he's still there.
Hey, we're still here.
We're still here somehow.
Nope. I'm the only one still here.
Yeah,
Oh, we're here.
I think the
Leave.
connection just got a little janky.
Oh, what the weird timing.
I know. Hey, at least it happened now instead of in the middle.
Okay, well, how do we get off this thing?
There, I'll end it here in a second.
Okay,
I just want to make sure he's good.
He's froze up,
Bye, Dave.
looking like Pee Wee Herman over there.
at least
So
he ended with a
everyone
smile.
will need to watch the YouTube version of this because it'll make way more sense. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop recording.